welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah,
Ever just, feel that urge to get outside, get near the water, maybe a little adventure?
definitely. That's exactly what we're looking into today.
Yeah, we're diving into Motor City Paddle Club Kayak Rentals, specifically their spot at Weber Paddle Park in Chesterfield Township, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
We want to give you a really clear picture of what they offer if you're thinking about hitting the Salt River or, Anchor Bay.
Right. We've looked through their info, their promotional materials, basically trying to get the scoop for you.
And the timing's kind of perfect, actually.
Oh.
Mother's Day is right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they've got something special going on. Could be a really unique way to celebrate.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we're not just going to list off rentals. It's more about exploring what a day out there could look like.
Exactly. Where it is, when you can go.
What you can rent, how the whole process works, and, yeah, how to maybe snag that deal you mentioned.
Giving you everything you need to hopefully plan a fun day on the water pretty easily.
Sounds good.
Okay, so first things first. Location. What are we talking about?
It's Weber Paddle Park. The address they list is 49239 Jefferson Ave, Chesterfield, Michigan. Zip is 48047.
Got it. 49239 Jefferson Ave. Easy enough to plug into the GPS. Now, when can you actually go paddling?
Okay, so for weekend warriors, it's Saturdays and Sundays, 10:00 a.m. until 7:00 p.m.
10 to 7. Decent hours.
Yeah, but the last 1 hour rental has to go out by 6:00 p.m. So you can't just show up at 6:55 for an hour.
Right, makes sense. Need time to get back. What about weekdays?
Weekdays are different. It's by appointment only, so you'd need to call them.
Okay, good to know. What's the number for that?
It's 313-765-2925, so a bit more planning needed if you want a Tuesday paddle, for instance.
It's still nice to have that option if weekends are packed for you.
Exactly. Flexibility.
And the park itself, Weber Paddle Park.
Mm.
It's not just a launch point, is it? They mentioned other things there.
Right. It sounds like a nice little spot. They've got a fishing pier, for one,
Oh, cool.
and a dedicated kayak launch. That's always helpful. Makes getting in and out smoother.
Yeah, less clambering over rocks or mud.
For sure. Plus picnic tables, if you want to make a lunch of it. Shoreline access to the Salt River.
And, crucially, a portable toilet.
Yes. The little things that matter. Right.
Absolutely. So, okay, you get there, the park's nice. What can you actually rent to get on the water?
They've got a good range. Standard stuff first. Single kayaks are $20 an hour.
$20. Okay.
If you're going with someone, tandem kayaks. The two-seaters are $30 an hour.
Makes sense. And then there was something called a premium kayak.
Yeah, a premium option. That one's $50 an hour.
50. Wow.
Good.
What makes it premium, do they say?
They don't specify exactly in the materials we saw, but usually premium means, maybe lighter weight, faster, better tracking, maybe more comfortable seating for longer trips, that kind of thing.
Okay, but there's a catch with that one, right?
Right. You have to book the premium one at least 24 hours ahead, and you have to call that number again, 313-765-2925. You can't just book it online last minute.
Gotcha. Good heads up for anyone wanting the fancy ride. What else?
Stand-up paddle boards or SUPs, those are $30 an hour.
Same price as the tandem kayak. Interesting.
Yep. And classic canoes, if that's more your style, are $35 an hour.
Okay. And then there's one more boat. A go boat.
Yeah, the Go Boat, that's $55 an hour.
What is a go boat exactly?
Typically, they're small, really stable, often roundish boats with a little electric motor. Super easy to operate.
Ah, so less paddling involved. Maybe good for families with little kids or if you just want to cruise.
Exactly. More about just being out on the water easily. Broadens the appeal, I think.
Totally. And they added something new too, didn't they? Something different.
Oh, yeah. RC boat rentals. Remote control boats.
Huh. Really? How does that work?
It's $20 per battery, and they say a battery gives you about 25 minutes of runtime.
25 minutes for $20. Could be fun, especially if you have kids waiting while others paddle.
Yeah, their info suggests it's a hit, keeps people entertained near the shore. A clever little add-on.
Definitely. Now, all these prices, before that discount we hinted at, right?
Yeah. Correct. The Mother's Day special.
Tell us about it. Sounds like a great deal.
It really does. It's 15% off all kayak and paddleboard rentals. So singles, tandems, SUPs, maybe the premium kayaks too, though maybe double check that one. But definitely kayaks and SUPs.
15%. Nice. And when is this valid?
For the entire Mother's Day weekend in 2025. So that's Saturday, May 10th and Sunday, May 11th.
Perfect. So you can celebrate on Saturday or Sunday. How do you get the discount?
There's a coupon code you need to use when booking. The code is MOTHERS, all caps.
MOTHERS.
Got it?
Easy to remember. That could be a really thoughtful, experience-based gift.
Absolutely. Makes it even more appealing.
Okay, so let's say you're sold. You've picked your kayak or board, you know about the discount. How do you actually book it, and what happens when you get there?
Right, the process. They strongly recommend making reservations.
Especially weekends, I imagine.
Definitely. Things can fill up. You can book online through their website, MotorCityPaddleClub.com, or you can apparently do it in person too, maybe if you're already there or live close by.
Okay, online is probably easiest for most people. Then what?
Plan to arrive about 10 minutes before your schedule time. Gives you buffer room.
For check-in and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check in, and they also do a safety briefing, which is really important.
What do you need for check-in?
You'll need a valid photo ID, driver's license, state ID, something like that.
Standard stuff. And you sign a waiver.
Yep, a rental waiver. Just outlines the rules, safety guidelines, liabilities. You know the drill.
And payment. Can you pay there?
You can. If you haven't paid online already, they take cash, credit, and debit cards. So flexible there too.
Good. Then you get your gear.
Right. They provide the kayak or board, the paddle, and a life jacket. And they mention helping you with kayak selection if you need it.
Oh, that's good for beginners.
Yeah,
And life jackets. Mandatory.
mandatory. Required for everyone. No getting around that. Safety first.
Absolutely. And the safety briefing covers.
Basic operation of whatever you rented. Safety tips like what to do if you capsize, maybe. And they'll show you the paddling area, like how far you can go within Weber Paddle Park's designated zone.
Okay. All sounds very thorough and responsible.
Seems like it. They want you to be safe and have fun.
So after your hour or however long you booked, you just bring it back.
Yep. Return everything by the end of your rental period. Remember that 6:00 p.m. cutoff for the last launch? Staff will be there to help you land the kayak and check the gear back in.
Seems straightforward. Keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. A smooth process makes the whole day better.
Now, the river itself, the Salt River,
Hmm.
what's it like? Where does it go?
Okay, so it flows into Anger Bay, which is part of Lake St. Clair, right there in Chesterfield Township.
It starts further north.
Yeah, the headwaters are way up near Richmond, about almost 18 miles north, so it travels a bit.
Is it a big, deep river?
Not really, according to the description. It's mostly shallow. Maximum depth is apparently only around 6 feet.
6 feet max. Okay, so not too intimidating.
Right, and it's described as slow-flowing and even swampy in parts.
Swampy. Interesting. Sound like it might be quite calm, maybe good for wildlife spotting.
Could be. Gentle paddling. Not whitewater rapids or anything close. Probably pretty relaxing.
Does the scenery change much along the river?
It sounds like it does. Near the lake, near Anchor Bay, you've got marinas and a more developed feel.
Okay.
But as you paddle inland, away from the lake, it shifts. Turns into marshland, forested areas.
Oh, nice. More natural.
Yeah, and then even further up, eventually it goes through some residential areas and even farmlands, so quite a bit of variety depending on how far you explore.
That's really cool. You could get a few different vibes on one trip.
Definitely adds to the interest of paddling there. It's not just the same view the whole time.
Now, what if you get hungry or thirsty out there?
Yeah.
Or realize you forgot sunscreen?
Ha! Happens to the best of us. They seem prepared for that. They have snacks and essentials available to buy right there.
Like what kind of snacks?
Peanuts, chips, beef jerky. Some kids' snacks, too. Basic munchies.
And drinks.
Yep, cold Coca-Cola products and bottled water. Essential hydration.
Totally. What about the other essentials? You mentioned sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen, waterproof foam cases. Those are always popular. Sunglasses, even towels.
Towels. That's smart. You might not think to bring one.
Exactly. It shows they're thinking about what people might actually need or forget when they're heading out onto the water. It just makes things more convenient.
Takes a bit of the stress out of planning, knowing you can grab those things if you need to.
For sure. Little conveniences add up.
So zooming out a bit,
Mhm.
kayaking, paddleboarding,
Hmm.
they're just great activities, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Really exhilarating ways to experience the water. Such a unique viewpoint compared to being on shore.
Yeah, whether you want like a solid workout or just peace, a quiet escape.
Exactly. It can be adventurous or it can be totally tranquil. You kind of get to choose the intensity, which is nice.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. Motor City Paddle Club at Weber Paddle Park.
Sounds like a pretty solid setup.
I think so. Lots of rental choices, which is key. Yeah, single, tandem, premium kayaks, the SUPs, canoes, those go boats.
And the RC boats for fun.
Right. The location seems convenient. Park has good amenities.
And that Mother's Day deal is definitely a highlight. 15% off kayaks and paddleboards with code MOTHERS.
That's Saturday, May 10th and Sunday, May 11th, 2025. Don't forget the year.
Good point. Yes, 2025. It really does seem like a great package for getting out on the Salt River, maybe poking into Anchor Bay a bit.
The process sounds clear. Having snacks and gear available is a bonus.
Yeah, seems like they're set up for a good customer experience.
Agreed. Seems well thought out.
So if this sounds like your kind of thing, if you want to book that adventure, maybe for Mother's Day or just any nice weekend,
How can people do it again?
you can call them at 313-765-2925 or check out their website, motorcitypaddleclub.com.
Easy enough.
Definitely. So maybe a final thought for people listening.
Well, just think about it. Getting out on the water, paddling, gliding, it's such a different way to connect, right? With nature, maybe with the people you're with, or even just yourself. True. Disconnect from the phone for an hour or two.
Exactly. What might you discover out there on the water? Something to consider.